Madam Deputy City Clerk, do we have any public comment? Okay. Item number 4, minutes, consideration of and action on the approval of the minutes of the May 5th, 2026 meeting.
Moved.
Okay, we got a motion by Miller, second by Watley. All in favor, say aye. Any against? Okay, 7-0. 5, election of officers. Election of officers, consideration of and action on the election of the board president and vice president. Elizabeth Huff, Director of Economic Development and Tourism.
Good afternoon, President, Vice President, Mayor, and Council. Every year we come back to the board to elect a president and vice president. As you know, this year we had Councilmember Director Jacobson and Director Watley as president and vice president. And so I will now open it up to y'all to decide on who you would like to appoint for next year.
Carol?
Yes, I'd like to nominate President Jacobson to remain as president and Director Fetcher for vice president.
Second.
Okay, we have any other nominations? Okay, we have Jacobson for president and Betcher for vice president. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, passes 7-0. Item number 6, appointment, Economic Development Committee appointment. Consideration of and action on the appointment of a director to the City of Sugar Land Economic Development Committee. Elizabeth Huff.
Yes, sir. Okay, so every year, again, we come back for the EDC. As for the SLDC, we do appoint someone to the EDC, and that is right now currently Councilmember Watley serving in that position. And then as of right now, we are appointed Councilmember Betcher to be the 4B representative for this past year. So we are here to nominate someone from the SLDC to represent you on the economic development.
I'd like to nominate Director Vonderhaar for EDC representative.
Any other nominations? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
There hasn't been a second.
What's that?
Second.
Oh, sorry, we need a second. Okay, we have a second by Watley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, passes. Thank you. Item number 7, resolutions. Consideration of and action on Sugar Land Development Corporation Resolution Number SLDCR 2603. Resolution of the Board of Directors of the Sugar Land Development Corporation approving a request by the City of Sugar Land for landscape and hardscape improvements and enhancements, fountain rehabilitation and drainage improvements along US Highway 59, I-69, US Highway 90A, State Highway 6, and other major corridors in the City of Sugar Land. And we have Henry Vavrica, Right-of-Way Services Manager. Take it away, Henry.
Good afternoon, board members, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity to bring this forward this afternoon. What we have is a request to funding resolution approval. As was said before, SLDC-R-26-03. A little background on that funding. SLDC currently provides $300,000 annually for landscape improvements and enhancements along state highways and major corridors throughout the city. So just a description of the project: reconstruction of landscape beds along major corridors, improved street-based treatments, and areas directly adjacent to interstate and state highway routes, which include US 59, which is I-69, US 98, State Highway 6, and other major corridors. Some of the previous projects that we have completed were landscape bed rehabilitation, plant replacements, normally due to age and weather issues. We've had a lot of bad winters in the past few years, so we always have to replace plants. Erosion control improvements and hardscape improvements. So currently, this funding resolution will allow for the utilization of funds from the below 2 CIP projects, the CTR 2501, which has a balance of $290,454.09, and CIP CMB 2605, which has a current balance of $300,000. So with these funds, we plan to do landscape bed rehabilitation and improvements, put in some colored stamp brick pattern concrete in a lot of major areas, mostly along Highway 6 is one of the big areas we'd like to improve. Drainage improvements along state roadways, retention pond fountain rehabilitation. We have a slide down the road that kind of shows that too, and some design. Currently, TxDOT is working on the Raz River Bridge project. And once that project is completed, we will have to work on getting landscape restored and This is the first step of that. If we provide the design, TxDOT funds the project. These are just some samples of what we plan to do and some samples of what we've done before. The top left is your landscape edging around beds. The top right is some colored stamp concrete. Down below is a pre-existing location along Highway 6. And what we're planning to do on the right is go in there and install stamped concrete at those locations. Drainage improvements along 59, Highway 6, Highway 90 are planned. These are all a lot of erosion control and safety improvements. Retention pond fountain rehabilitation. We have a retention pond at 90 and 59, which has 4 ponds in it. And currently in that picture, you only see one of them actually currently functioning. And we're constantly battling to limp those along and keep them going. So this project will totally rehab that whole location, put in all new electrical panels, and create a better aesthetic water feature there, which also helps control. It keeps the water moving so we don't get mosquitoes breeding. And it just, currently, like I said, we have consistent breakdowns there at that location. Landscape design, we spoke about earlier, is that section from University Boulevard to the Brazos River. Like I said, once TxDOT is done with that Brazos River Bridge project, we will have to go in and put some landscaping in there. And this is just the initial phase that we partner with TxDOT in their Green River program that they have. So with that, I'll take any questions.
I have one, please. The 2501, was that unspent money from last year's budget?
Yes, sir. There was a holdover from last year that we were planning to do another project that didn't quite get through the approval process, and which caused it to be a holdover. So this year we're combining both of those, and with all these projects, we should be able to expend all of that funds that's sitting there.
So the other one?
Yeah, just a quick question. We had a conversation about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Projects, and I asked a question then, so I'm gonna ask it again. Any plans on US 90 as we come into Sugar Land? That is the entrance to our city, and it looks like crap.
And from which direction?
I mean, from Houston heading into Sugar Land.
Underneath the overpass under there where the red aggregate is, that is a project that we're looking at. And we potentially can partner with TxDOT on that, but we're still working through that. We're looking into it.
Thanks.
Any other question, Rob?
Just to second Jim's point, I mean, I totally agree with that. I think we should look at the entrances to the city on both sides, coming in from the east or the west and even the north, to making it clear that, hey, you're in Sugar Land, it's a great place, and just make it more attractive. So if you guys can put together a proposal, that'd be amazing.
And this is the 2605 is budgeted
Yes.
in the SLDC
Yes.
current. Okay. Other questions? All right. I think we need a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
Sanjay?
Well.
Rick? Okay. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay. Thank you very much, Henry. Appreciate it. Item number 8, Director's Report. Elizabeth Huff, Director of Economic Development and Tourism. Sir.
That's a demotion or a promotion?
All right, so we've been, as you know, visiting with our local businesses. Y'all get to come on some of those visits with us. Is a very important part of what Jen does and the economic development team to make sure that our businesses are happy, they stay and they grow. And so over the last month, we've had quite a few business retention visits. Here's some pictures kind of documenting that. We've got an intern that's with us that's been joining us on those visits. So it's been great to have him come along as well. But as you can see here, we've gone to Hope Bio, Bluebonnet, Baker Hughes, Whole Earth, Plason USA. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. Cabot Pharma, Trementina, and Crown Packaging. So they've been quite busy visiting with our local businesses and have had some great conversations. And then as another part of the work that we do, we also focus on hosting our businesses in the suites, as you know, whether it's Smart Financial, Constellation Field, Baseball is always a very exciting time of year. Our businesses do love to come to the suites. And so recently we have had HEB, Yokogawa, PG Golf, and Contract Land staff join us in the suites. They've had a great time. And then there's been a few others. We don't always get pictures with Orion at all of them, but there's been some great activations and conversations going on. And then the team went on a tour of the Freeport, which was a really great opportunity for them to not only learn more about the operations of the port, but get to build some better relationships with their leadership and to learn more about how the supply chain works and how they can be more of an asset and a tool that we use to attract businesses and hopefully even potentially benefit our local businesses as well. So it was a great visit that they had. And then, as we've talked about before, we are going to be bringing y'all our metrics. So the team has gotten 35 out of 40 business retention visits. We've gotten 56 business recruitment visits out of 40, which is our brokers, developers, et cetera, that are focused in the Houston region. So making sure that they know who we are, what we do, and that they call us whenever there's a project. We have received 112 RFPs. We have responded to 6, and we have had 1 site visit. And then I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this and heard this, but on May 18th was the second volunteer event to move bricks at Imperial. John did a great job of coordinating all these efforts. Huge, huge success. We had over 105 volunteers come, 280 hours of hours, 63 pallets and 24,000 bricks and 121,000 pounds of bricks. So now it was amazing to see it all in action. I've got to participate in both of them. Now that all the bricks have been moved, the work can begin to get some sanitary sewer lines put in place and connected to the container warehouse. So great job with not only city staff, but with our wonderful volunteers. A lot of fun. It was quite dusty, but it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. And then a quick Imperial update for you. There have been 8 RFQ submissions that are and interviews are underway. Infrastructure work that is beginning is that sewer line that I just mentioned, which is why it was so important to get all those bricks moved. There is going to be a mural and seating area that's going to be part of an interim activation planning. And then the team is focused on a char house groundbreaking through around September. And then as part of an update for you on Town Square, they did receive $250,000 in event sponsorships. This is a mid-year check-in with all of those events that they've put on. They've hosted about 230,000 visitors. They've been here about an hour, you could say, during those different events. They've had 38 plus delivered across the 6 months and 150% increase in average daily visitors during those activation days, which is great because that's what we want to see. More people coming in, spending their money, fueling our sales tax revenue. And then Lake Point. So work at Lake Point continues to progress following the completion of the demolition in May. The project is anticipated to move into platting and initial site work this summer as development preparations continue. A really cool tidbit that I just learned was that a time-lapse camera was mounted to the adjacent courtyard Marriott and has captured majority of the demolition that has occurred. So it'll be really cool to see that once it's done. But it's also going to continue to stay there and capture all of the construction as it continues and they move forward in that process. So really exciting. Their staff is also working on coordinating with Lovett to potential groundbreaking either this fall as they again continue to work towards getting the construction underway. I don't know why that picture's so blurry. And then I know you're not tired of hearing me say this ever at all, but follow us on LinkedIn, help us share our stories, a lot of great activations going on. In case you didn't see, we got put in the Chronicle for our FIFA merch store that's opening on Thursday. So again, we are always constantly posting out there trying to spread the Sugar Land news. We really appreciate your help in like Councilmember Vonderhaar sharing that information. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram on the Visit Sugar Land side. But yes, I know a lot of people are looking for stuff to do, especially around all these FIFA activations. Yeah, that's all I have. Sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Sanjay, you want to do the honors? Okay, we're adjourned. Do you want to introduce the interns and let us know where they're assigned or who they're going to?
Okay. So we've got Morgan, who is right there.